my friends, welcome to today's vlog where I'll be talking about how you can enjoy New York City Marathon. Yes, let's go. Woo! Oh yes, my friends, a very warm welcome to my vlog where I'll be talking about, yes, New York City Marathon. So I think there's going to be mainly three types of people who've come to watch this video. The first one will be my regular subscribers who come and watch this and always leave comments, positive vibes below and thumbs up. So thank you so much to the regular subscribers. And then there's going to be two new sets. One where people may be thinking of running New York City Marathon and won't be running this particular Sunday. And then there's those who will be running this Sunday. Oh, I wish I was there with you. So yeah. Whenever you're one of those three, a very warm welcome, and as I say, feel free to leave comments below and share with your friends and family who are either thinking or going to be doing New York City Marathon, because as Frank says, New York, New York. So yes, indeedy, I'm going to cover this in sort of two parts, or is it three? Three parts. I'm going to go through the Expo, how to get the most out of your Expo, because I ran New York City Marathon, as you can see the number there, yeah, 9317. I was fortunate enough to be in wave 1 towards the front, so being a time qualifier, I was up towards the front with the elite guys, had a fantastic time. Friends further back still had a fantastic time, but so I'm going to talk about my experience and the best ways of working on it. And the first one will be the Expo. The second part I'll be covering is the in terms of preparation for the day before and the day itself, and then race day. Yeah, how to make the most out of race day. So without further ado, let's go. Oh man, the Expo, the Expo. What can I say? It is huge. Now, being from Britain, we have London Marathon, New York City Marathon. It just takes it to another level. It's unbelievable. There's so many stands and people. The organisers, when I went to collect my bib, they were so friendly, so helpful, all wanting to join in. That's when the party starts, because for me, I went over, it was a very special time. It was one of my children's birthday celebrations as well. Went over with family, friends, and we had a great time. It was just one big party, and the Expo was part of that party, and I seriously loved it. It was, I don't know, it was just huge. Just be prepared. I wouldn't recommend going the day before because there's so much to take in. If you can, go on the Friday before, or the Thursday, however soon you can go, because it is huge. There's so much to take in, and there's so many goodies that you might want to buy with whoever the sponsors are, and memorabilia. So take your plastic card, big wallet. There is lots and lots of freebies, as with a lot of those stands who are promoting their products and services, and just enjoy it. It's, you know, for all runners, and if you're there as a spectator or fan supporting people, enjoy it with your friends, family who are going to be running it, and if you've just travelled over just to soak it all in, enjoy the Expo. Well, I can't really say, you just need to allow plenty of time for it, and the people understand it. As I say, it is just one big party, and it's the preparation for the party, which leads me on to the preparation. Yeah, so yeah, in terms of preparation, I'm going to talk about the day before and the morning. So the day before, make sure if you're going to go for some pasta party or get some carb loading in, make sure you've booked that restaurant. If you haven't already done so, get it booked now, because I can guarantee you, as I found out, every Italian restaurant will be fully booked the night before. Yeah, guarantee will be fully booked. So get your bookings in as soon as you can. Find whatever favourite restaurant you want and get that pasta in. Yeah, carb load as well, not too much. Yeah, obviously. Don't overeat because it can slow you down for the day, but enjoy the pasta, enjoy the party. And for me, I made sure I had pizza for lunch and then pasta in the evening. So yeah, that was in terms of the preparation the day before. Obviously making sure all the gear and kit, everything that you need, you've got ready the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, you've got it all out and ready to go. So you're not hunting around for any of the gels, hydration packs or whatever, but one of my number one tips for the preparation, because you're going to be waiting at the start area, unless you're a VIP and you're going to be sitting in a nice comfy tent somewhere. You may be outside, depending on the weather. I was outside. Whilst it was cold, I dressed appropriately, so make sure you've got enough clothes that you're going to discard at the start line to keep you warm. So you want all of those. But the key thing was that piece of cardboard that I had, so I could sit on the grass without getting a wet bum, or sit on the road waiting in the corral, and it kept my butt warm. So yeah, because the key thing, the race is a long race, and I think the hardest bit is getting to start. So having all that gear out ready the night before, ready for the morning before you go. Yeah, got all that? Because the excitement, I mean, there's nothing worse in the morning. You're hunting for a few things, gonna get this, gonna get that, so you're all ready to go. And make sure you've got your alarm set so you get up in good time for however you're going to be transported to the start over in Staten Island. So I think there's 3 ways of getting there. There's bus from Central Library in Manhattan, there's the Staten Island ferry, and I think there's buses from the Staten Island area. So basically, and there might be people staying in accommodation in Staten Island, so make sure you've got all the routes, everything, you know exactly where you're going to go, and allow plenty of time for that. Yeah, because on the morning, as I move on to race day, on the morning, depending on what transport you get, I was with the Central Library one in Manhattan, and the queues to get on the buses, it's such an efficient system. We've got to remember that the organisers are looking to get over 50,000 runners to the start point, and that's no mean feat, from all different directions. Staten Island ferry, Central Manhattan, and over in Staten Island as well. That's a lot of runners. So the buses is just a constant flow. They fill up and then go, fill up, go. So as you can imagine, with over 50,000 runners, there's queues to get on these buses. So allow enough time to enjoy it. And for me, I was going round in the morning, around Times Square, and yeah, soaking it all in. It was quite incredible. So yeah, make sure you've got all that ready, because for me, what I've found, the hardest part of race day is getting to the start, and then when you're there at actual Staten Island, you could have a feast of food and coffees. I think it was Dunkin' Donuts at the time were the sponsors, and you could have as many of the bagels as you wanted. You could have as much coffee as you want. There was power bars, and my number one tip is not to overeat for breakfast, but bring what you want to eat yourself. So be prepared, because sometimes they say on the morning of a race, don't eat something that's unfamiliar, because it might upset your tummy or whatever. So bring the food with you. I did see on the bus with me, there was a whole group of Brazilian ladies, and they all had their own foods, like picnic bags and whatever, and they were obviously prepared and ready to go. So I'm sure you guys are going to be prepared and ready to go. Which leads me to being ready to go for the race itself. Now, for some of you guys, you may be panicking and worrying, have you done enough training? Are you ready for it? And the weather, is the weather going to be the right kind of weather? For me, it was cold, it was wet, and I just dressed appropriately for that weather. So be prepared for whatever weather conditions that you have. And the biggest thing is just to enjoy it. In my opinion, it is the biggest and the greatest marathon in the world. I've not experienced anything from it, and as you can see from the 4 bibs here, you know, I've ran, as well as New York City, I've ran Chicago, London and Boston, 4 of the 6 marathon majors, and New York is just a completely different level. The day I raced, there was over 2.5 million spectators on the course, and all the way through, bar one little section, because they were respecting, I think, the religious area. They were respecting the silence or whatever, but so there is one small section where you won't have spectators for half a mile, but the rest of the route, sections where it's 10 or 20 deep of crowds all cheering you on, and they want you to have the best time of your life. It was like 26.2 miles of partying, and the experience for me will be one I'll never forget. Even now, talking to this inanimate object in front of me, the camera, I'm just getting goosebumps just talking about it. It was incredible, absolutely incredible, and I hope you guys have a great time. Leave some comments below if you've ran it before or you're going to be running it this Sunday. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you and what you're looking forward to or what you enjoyed when you'd run it before. Or if you're looking to run it in the future, are you one of these guys who are looking to put your name in the ballot? I think the ballot comes out in January. It opens in January, so there's none of this hype, you know, immediately after. I don't know whether they might change it for this year, but certainly the year I entered, the race is always in November, and the ballot opens in January, so there's no hype immediately after a race. Oh, get in the ballot. So, yeah. What more can I say? I'm very envious. I'd love to run it again. Really would dearly love it again, as with all the other majors. I'm so looking forward to running London again in April. But I would love to run all the other majors again and maybe get round to Berlin and Tokyo as well one day. But New York is something where, you know, maybe it's the Italian inside of me and seeing so many Italian restaurants and Italian expats over there. It was just fantastic, and the after party at that restaurant was fantastic. Oh man, I wish I was there. I wish I was there with you guys, but have a great time. And I can understand for some of you maybe getting nervous and wondering, have you done enough training? Is that? Don't worry about it. Just whatever happens, happens, and you will have a great time. And I look forward to hearing your stories of how you enjoyed New York City Marathon 2019. You can click on the link here if you haven't already done so to subscribe, and you can click on the link there to watch my race back in New York City in 2017. Thank you so much for watching. See you all soon. Bye bye bye.